What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ed Hunter. This is Soft Sports Special. In here, we continue to talk Texas. I'm in here with my co-host, Mr. Shaq Kush himself. Mr. Shaq Kush, you got something you want to holler at the people?
Free throws all day. What's good?
Day, nigga. All day, nigga. Yeah, free throws all day with Mr. Shaq Kush. So yesterday, we had a little bit of a debate about the validity of the Deshaun Watson pick. And, that was some interesting things. So if you didn't get a chance to check that out, go back and check that video out. And while we're talking about checking things out, go ahead and check out the subscribe button and click on that. Go check out the Real Ed Hunch on Instagram and Twitter and show some love. We definitely heavy on the Texans, heavy on the Rockets. It's a hometown thing. You fuck with Sauce, you fuck with the house. We talking about H-Town, we talking about Splash Town, Crush City, Clutch City. You know what I'm saying? The Bulls on parade. I'm talking about Houston. We talking about all that good H-Town shit. You know what I'm saying? When we talking South. So, like I say, go fuck with Mr. Shaq Kush on his Instagram and his Twitter too. He really be on that Twitter trolling. You gotta fuck with him. You definitely enjoy that shit. But today we're gonna talk about the moves that the Texans went ahead and made in the second and third rounds last night. Definitely meant to get to earlier on this video, but had some things to take care of. But we're gonna just talk about a few things about these picks, about the guys themselves, about the positions that got picked, and does it really fill the needs or they that the Texans have? And if you didn't know, you should already know. If you've been fucking with the Soft Sports, you already know this is a 420 friendly situation. So if you ain't pre-roll, what are they, Mr. Kush? Exactly. If you ain't pre-roll, you out of control. If you ain't stuffed your bowl, you out of control. But let's get to it. Let's get right to it. Okay. So in a second, after moving up in the first to go and get Wild Watson, because he's a gunslinger, a real live cowboy style Wild West gunslinger. Wild Watson. You heard it here first. I said that. So don't be trying to steal my shit. Anyway, oh shit, I done dropped the blizzle. I like that pick, but the second round, I think they did a good job taking care of another need that we had by picking up the guy out of Vanderbilt, inside linebacker Shaq Cunningham. But being an inside linebacker at the college level does not equate to being an inside backer at the professional level, because he's a little bit small to me to be a middle linebacker at the pro level. But they're talking about, keeping him on the outside at first.
Hold on. Let me stop you a little short. They say that, but you got to look at how the game has changed. They got a lot of these safeties moving down the backers these days.
That is true. That is true. Because you're having
look at Ryan Shazier. He's not that big of a guy, and he plays that middle linebacker for the Steelers. Great.
Yeah, you do that.
I think he'll be a good cushion replacement. He's coming to Texas, so he's going to bulk up.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like I say, he getting that Texas weight program. He gets some of that weight behind him. He gets it out there with Merciless, and that's what I like about the Texans, because when they bring these rookies in, man, you got guys in there that have incredible work ethics. Cushion had an incredible work ethic. So when Watt came in, he took him under his wing, and then those younger guys that start coming in under Watt, Clowney, guys like that. I mean, Merciless. All these guys are. No, I don't know about Clowney, but Clowney's just a freak of nature, so he wouldn't have to work as hard as some of the other guys. But if he did work as hard as they do, I don't know if he does or doesn't. I'm not gonna, speak on that. But if he works that hard, then it's only gonna get better and better. But so you bring a guy like that in, he's gonna get around these guys, good character guys, hard-working guys, and he already has a nice. I mean, as you can see in the background, it's a little bit of him, and then there'll be other guy that we'll be talking about. But the guy makes plays. I mean, I'm excited. Me, I'm a defensive guy. I love defense, except it's weird because my favorite Texans player of all time was an offensive player, Andre Johnson. But I'm a defensive-minded person. That's why I started to not like the current game of football, because they're getting away from defense, and that's what really made it what it was. They start with all these player safety violations and shit. But then this is the same league that used to, at the end of the year, have a highlight hit tape, an official highlight hit tape from the NFL. But now that's such a bad thing. They don't want to talk about that anymore. All they want to do is highlight incredible runs and shit like that. This guy seems like he's just a playmaker. The dude to me, he just gets out there and makes plays. And that's what I like about him. He's fast. I think a 4'6" guy with first team All SEC. And SEC is known for for bringing out good players. I mean, great defensive players, especially running backs and defensive players, is what you're going to mainly get, from the SEC. And you got some damn good defensive talent coming out the SEC. So to be considered among the best in the SEC, slip into the second round, and we were able to pick him up and fill a need that we had. Like I say, I think eventually he's going to be able to kind of do a little bit of both. I see him having some versatility. But even if he does stay outside, he's a good replacement for Simon right off the bat. Because Simon was a contributor. He may have not have been, your starter and all that stuff. But Simon came in and he made plays. He contributed with the time that he was in. So I feel the same way about this guy right here. I think he can come in as a rookie and contribute. Him, like I say, getting under Cushing's wing right now, and then getting with Bernard McKinney. Eventually I see Cushing moving on, and I see these two guys possibly being the future of that linebacking core. Both quick guys, both guys who are decent in coverage. I'm looking excited to see that. I mean, I'm really excited to see that. I mean, how do you...
From what I've seen so far of him, he looked like he plays that run really well. And like I say, I'm a big Patrick Willis, Ray Lewis fan. And when I see, sometimes it's like I see a run play, like, oh shit, where he come from?
Yeah,
that come out of nowhere and stop playing. So, like I say, he puts a little bit of size on him, and the same ability he has. He's gonna be good. I say give him a year or two. I mean, he might just start out shining for his rookie year, but I think give him about a year or two, and he's gonna be one of them guys you just hear about all the time.
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen right now. This first year, he's gonna start out on special teams. He's gonna come in and contribute to special teams right off the bat. I mean, immediately. He's gonna be a special teams star, which is how a lot of those guys who got playing time on defense started out. But he came in as a second round pick, so you're gonna be expected to contribute relatively soon. But I think he's gonna shine on special teams. And, they're going to start seeing what he can do, and he's just going to start getting more and more minutes. I think before the end of the year, he's going to see some significant time. I think he's going to start by the end of the year. I think he might be taking a little bit of Cushing's minutes. Cushing's getting up there. He's not as fast as he was, and things like that. The only thing I see about this guy, maybe I haven't seen enough, I don't see any huge hits from him, but that's not a necessity. I don't care about that.
You don't need huge hits no more.
Exactly. As soon as what I see from him is once he gets on the tackle, he doesn't let go. He's like a pit bull. Because it's a couple of plays. It was one, and it might have been one just that passed through, where he was getting stiff armed on the play. And the motherfucker didn't give him. He made the tackle. A lot of guys get stiff armed and they act like they done got shot and they fall out and all that type of stuff. But this guy, like I say, following through with the tackle, wrapping up. That's what I like to see. Not letting go, and making sure that the man is down. That's what you want. Like I say, you don't need a motherfucker out there trying to crack helmets and do all that shit. Hey, I'll take a secure tackle over a flashy tackle any day. And this dude makes plays. You see him in a lot of these highlights. He stays in the backfield. He's everywhere. And what I'm saying with this is that you got to think about a guy like this who has this kind of speed. If he can be another Merciless, I mean, and I'm not saying another Merciless, like Merciless is just average. Merciless is getting better and better every year. But if he can contribute in the same fashion that Merciless did as he kind of improved every year, a lot of people question the pick at first, but if you make significant improvements yearly like Merciless, I don't think there'll be a Texans fan who complains. I think that defense is going to be. It's going to be something next year. I'm just hoping they go ahead and solidify safety today. But like I say, to make sure we talk about both of them, we can come back and speak on Mr. Cunningham a little bit more in a second. This pick, the third round pick, was a little bit more suspect to me. I had to think about it for a little bit and try to determine, what they saw in it. And I think, these guys, they went value and they went best player available. Now I don't mind, a second back because the league it's a league where you got to have a committee and in several positions. You got to have a committee on the line. You got to be able to rotate your D line. You got to be able to rotate running back. You got to be able to do a lot because the game is picking up. It's getting faster. Motherfuckers are getting leaner. It's not as big and bulky as it used to be. Look at offensive linemen now. Offensive linemen are they used to be big, fat, sloppy-looking motherfuckers. You know what I mean? These motherfuckers are damn near just wide-body basketball players almost now. I mean, you just shit. These motherfuckers are.
Look like tight ends with about 30 more pounds on them.
Yeah, I mean, these motherfuckers are, and that's what it is. And then they're athletic. They're getting off the ball. These motherfuckers are it's a different game. So no, so we picked like I say, D'onta Foreman from Texas. Watching him in the third round. Watching him, like I said, I'm not super familiar with him. I'm definitely been beefing with Texas for the last few months or so. One from stealing Tom Herman from U of H, and that was some old mark-ass shit because I feel that Texas, Big 12, they deliberately kept U of H from getting into the Big 12 because they knew that if U of H got in, especially with Tom Herman at the helm, what they were doing in their division, in their conference, they'd gotten the Big 12 and immediately took over and been the best team in the Big 12 for the rest of the existence of the Big 12. Because if you telling me that you can take Houston talent and stay home with it, and compete on a major level, why would you go anywhere else? Why? I mean, there would be no reason to. You tell me I can stay at the house and I'll bring this fan base here, all my people who've been supporting me. I can play on TV and I can do all that. You wouldn't go. Why would you go to Austin? Why would you go to all these other places? Yeah. You know what I mean? It's cool, but you're going to go with the program that was winning right now. That was U of H. But that's a whole other topic. I'm going to get on that shit, and I'm beefing with Tom Herman and all that. That's just me being a former U of H'er. But like I say, this guy right here, coming out of Texas, that's not his fault. He had nothing to do with that. The guy coming out of Texas, Foreman, I've seen a lot. I watched him his highlights. Like I said, I'm not real familiar with him. I'm going to have to watch a couple of whole games. Because all I saw was, I mean, it looked like it was just great blocking. I mean, he didn't make a lot of exceptional moves, a lot of straight line runs. You know, I mean, it's just.
And to me, it looked like he had some pretty good hole vision. Pick the hole and then run.
Yeah, that's all good vision.
A lot of highlights, he's not being touched. He's just running.
Yeah, and so with that, to me, like I said, that shows that either, you know, you had a damn good line or you got some real damn good vision. I can see, I'm not going to say it, I can see slight shades of Foster in him. I've heard comparisons to Benson. I've heard comparisons to a couple of guys. I don't know, but like I said, I guess they went ahead and got him to, you know, to lighten the load on Miller. And Miller had a couple of games where he was hurt, so Blue did see significant time. And I'm not really big on Alfred Blue. It's cool to say his name when he does a great play, and the whole crowd yells Blue. That's cool. You're my boy, Blue. I like that movie too. But Alfred Blue is to me is a he's not starting quality NFL running back. And to me, he's not really a good backup running back. I like seeing.
Here we go again with the Texans. They're not meeting their needs. We all know. Yes, they got a linebacker. We did need a linebacker. True, but we need that. I mean, that third pick should have been a safety, or it should have been a lineman. I know that they wanted that safety that went. I think he went right before our pick in the second.
Yeah.
Obi, I think his name is.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah.
He's like 6'4", 227 safety.
Yeah,
but I know that's what they wanted, but he went right before him.
Yeah.
They got what they could get, but I mean, I'm just not seeing him. I mean, I have to see. I'm not going to judge him yet. From like I said, I didn't watch too much college football last year, but I do watch a lot of highlights. I didn't really hear his name, but like when I watched his highlight tape, like. I didn't see nothing. Like I didn't see him like blow somebody up, like drag somebody to the end zone, rock somebody's ankle, stiff arm. It was just him just running the whole time, like watching a track meet.
Yeah, and now what I do like though, because there have been several opportunities where the Texans, you know, have had. They can create holes from time to time, and to have somebody who can see that hole and get into clear open field, that's good, but. You know, you want to judge, is it the quality of his O-line that got him free like that? Because the Texans O-line might not be able to do that for you. But what I do see is that he does seem to have, I wouldn't say high top-end speed, but from the highlights I see, he's pulling away from people. Or, you know, they're having a hard time keeping up. So he may have some decent getaway speed. And with that, that's definitely an upgrade over Blue, because Blue has no top-end speed. I'm trying to think. I want to say like there was play like 2 seasons ago. It might have been in a playoff game. Fucking Blue broke. I mean, that should have been a touchdown. And I want to say it might have been for 40, 50-yard run or something like that. It was a nice chunk of run. And you could just tell he got gassed before he got to the fucking end zone. They caught his ass, and it ended up being a fucking field goal, something that should have been an automatic touchdown. So those are a couple of things they might be trying to address, players available that can break things open. I know they want to get faster. You got Fuller out there, and with the introduction of this mobility now with Watson, like I say, even though I don't see him starting right away, but there have been some few interesting quips out there about him that I didn't know initially that may lead to him being able to see some playing time sooner than we think. A lot of people trying to dub him the next Dak Prescott. They got to realize what happened with Dak. Now, it's a possibility that could happen with Watson because Dak came up as a third stringer. That means 2 people had to get hurt. Tom Savage, I have injury-prone concerns about him. So, I mean, every time he's gotten a little bit of playing time, he's gotten hurt. So, okay, so say that does happen. You got Whedon coming up next, who could easily probably fall in the same category or just, perform so poorly that you say, fuck it. So let's go ahead and put in Watson. Why not, So, I mean, there's a possibility that happens. So maybe they, looking for some future pieces to speed it up. Maybe they're looking for somebody to put behind Lamar. Maybe he's not going to pan out to be what they totally see him to be. And so they're going to want a younger guy coming behind him. Like I say, and then you got to think about, too, you have needs, but then you have needs, you have values, and then you when you look at values, you have to say, okay, well, we need this guy here, we need this position filled, but the next available guy who's decent, we graded him as a 5th-round prospect, even though we need a tackle. Let's say, I'm throwing out a scenario here. So let's say we rate a tackle as a 5th-round prospect. So we need him, but are we going to jump ahead in the 3rd and grab somebody who's not worth it when we could get a better talent that's available now and then just try to address that need elsewhere? Because if you're going to take a guy who's a 5th, 6th-round talent, there's no need to pick him up. I mean, you can just go get you a veteran who has experience or something like that would be a better deal for you. So, I mean, I can understand not going. I don't like it. A couple of the guys that we were interested in got drafted up a few picks ahead, and that was, who was it? Lamp and Robinson were the big talks. And like I said, you see, they didn't go in the first season. They were like 2 of the best on the board. So I think a lot of people are not trying to overvalue players. Like I said, I've been saying it that I don't think that this draft was particularly full of just high-end talent at certain positions, and so I just think it is. I think it is what it is. So I'm not particularly extremely excited about the pick. I mean, it's not a need, but like I say, with the top 2 picks, I'm super cool. Like I say, Cunningham and Watson are definitely going to be contributors. This guy's going to contribute, but I don't know exactly how and where. Like I say, definitely probably backing up Lamar Miller. But like I say, I like Grimes. I like.
Like I say, if he can find, like I say, I like Miller, but there's a lot of times I felt like if he had hit that hole a little bit harder, he would have been gone.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think like he failed it too easy. Maybe that's what they were thinking too in Texas. Like, okay, we can bring this guy in, 3rd and short, or 2nd and short, bring somebody that's gonna pound it in there.
Yeah.
He has a lot of size, kind of like what's the guy's name from Green Bay that has size on him?
Talking about Lacey?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that. But like I say, with the size and everything, like I say, I haven't seen not a clip of him, needing to use that to get his way out of a situation. Now, if you don't need that, hey, if you can avoid the wear and tear, of course, that's smart. I'm just saying that.
So, like I said, that's what I need to go back and watch some games. Let's see what happens when he's not making a highlight run.
Yeah.
How does he handle it?
Yeah.
Like, maybe it's like 2nd and short or 3rd and short. How does he push to get that first down? Yeah. Does he give up easy? Does he fall easy? Does he run out of bounds on some players that are taking a hit? That's the type of stuff I need to see.
Yeah.
Definitely, what about his blocking? Because
now I've heard that there were some concerns, with his blocking. And then you got to think about playing in the Big 12. those defenses in the Big 12 aren't just notoriously stout. You know what I mean? So that's something you want to consider too. There's a lot of little nuances that I say I want to. Like I say, I'm not as super excited about him. Like I say, it's a good value pick from what I see. And like I say, when he's in the open field, it's solid. But I just don't. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I say, it's just he has some good speed, I think, for a back, and I don't know. I'm just not as excited about that pick, but it's cool. Like I said, it's a good pick. I'm sure for the value. I'm just as far as how it benefits us overall. That's why I'm not super sold on it. But like I said, I know it's a good pick. He's a good player, but I don't know about that. So like I said, but now we got the next few rounds coming up, and like I say, but they may be able to pull off a move like they did with Derek Newton, because they got Derek Newton late. I want to say like a 7th round, or 6th or 7th round. And of course he was garbage to start off. Everybody hated Derek Newton, but he started to develop, and
he got hurt.
Yeah, then right when he was when he was actually starting to ball and actually be, hey, okay, we re-signed him, we gave him his contract, got fucking hurt, and I feel really bad for that guy. No matter how I feel about his play or anything like that, that doesn't describe him as a person. And I think it's fucked up, and it's very unfortunate that happened to him. He may never play ball again, or may never want to play ball again. You got to realize, shit, you can only imagine that both legs, shit, you temporarily crippled. You're temporarily handicapped. That's something that sticks with you mentally. Do you want to possibly ever do that again? So like I said,
I know the feeling.
Yeah, I'm well aware. Like I said, I've had some ligament tears myself, and it's not cool, and I mean you out. I mean, and shit, it's not fun. So like I say, we know how that goes. But like I say, man, I just really want to do a little something quick, a little special, just to keep up to date with the picks and what's going on, and kind of just getting an idea about it. Like I say, listen in the comments. You know how y'all do. I know y'all are super Texans fans. Y'all are up on game, and I appreciate a lot of folks who, drop some knowledge in the comments to help me keep up to date on a few of these guys I didn't know too much about. But like I say, you can drop it in the comments below. Let us know what you think about Cunningham or Foreman, or how you feel about it, and about those picks. Like I say, my feel, like I say, I'm happy with the Cunningham, and I'm cool with Foreman, just not super excited about the benefits that he's bringing to the table. It's cool. Like I said, good player, good pick, but I don't think that was a major concern as far as the Texans.
How many picks we got left this year?
I think we got one in each round, but I need to double check. And like I see, with the trades and stuff being made, I think we make a move to try to. We got to do something. We got to do something, because you got to bring in you got to at least bring in a tackle. Like I said, I don't know if any vets are out there, what's going on, but definitely got to check that out. But like I say, man, it's South Sports Special. You can fuck me on The Real Ed Honcho right here, Twitter, Instagram, The Real Ed Honcho. Like and subscribe onto the channel. You got to fuck with my partner, Mr. Shaq_Kush32 at the Twitter, at Shaq.Kush on the IG. You know what it is, Mr. Kush. You got anything you want to say to the folks out there before we bounce?
Before I go, I'd like to say, hopefully in the 4th or 5th round, we pick up some needs. I say we need a safety and a lineman, definitely a lineman. Yeah. Also, to the boy Bart Himpson that ain't here, holla at your boy. We're gonna do this. We can hit y'all again after the 4th or 5th round. Like I said, I predict a lineman and then a safety. So let's see if I'm right.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely see a safety. Of course, happening before the draft is over with. That's a definite. So, like I say, it is what it is. And do something. You know what that means? I'm out. Shaq Kush is out. We all out. We out of here. We was out to be out, but now we're out. We leaving. I'm done. I'm telling y'all. I'm really finna be out of here.